Alright, so I have this video playing that I'm recording, so that way you have something to look at while I talk. So I did this video twice already, and for some reason twice I tried and messed up, and it's like I had a lot to say and I got nothing out of it. First time this my camera didn't have SD card in it, and then it turned off right when I was about to get to my idea on how to fix Yu-Gi-Oh if there is a problem, which I'll be talking about. So let's just get to the video. So they got some new rule changes they want to implement into the game, and the one I want to talk about is the who goes first draws one less. Doesn't draw during their turn. So they'll start off with one less card than their opponent when they play. So you'll start off, if you go first, you'll have 5 cards to play with. Your opponent goes second, he'll have 6 cards to play with. That is stupid. That's not fixing anything. That's just making things worse, because now it's like you just reverse the roles now, because their thought was people who go first have the advantage over the person who goes second, because they get to set everything up and their opponent can't respond to them setting their field up. So you can set up your best plays, summon your best monster without being bottomless just because you go first. And it's like, well, that's stupid. That'll mean nothing. Okay, you couldn't bottomless his monster. That's okay, because you're going second. You're going to dark hole, summon a whole bunch of monsters in OTK. So it's not a problem if he goes first and he actually summons his monster. You're going to destroy it and beat him anyway. So it doesn't matter. So it's just stupid. It's like, what are we catering to? Who are we catering to? Who are we catering to? The noobs? The ones that can't seem to handle being second in a duel? That's stupid. That don't make no sense. Somebody's going to be second in a duel. Somebody's going to be first in a duel. There's some people who goes first, and then sometimes they don't even have anything. It's like, damn, my hand is ass, end my turn. So going first meant nothing, because they couldn't do nothing with it. They couldn't utilize the awesomeness of the first turn. Like, that's stupid. So it's like, you're not fixing anything by reducing the first person who goes first to have one less card. It's like you're making it worse. Now it sucks to go first because you have a handicap, which gives your opponent advantage. And then here's the thing. It's not like you start off with, you go first, you have one less card, then your opponent goes, he could set up his field, right? And then he'll end his turn, then it's your turn, and then you get the first attack. That will help, because your opponent doesn't get the added advantage of 1, having an extra card, 2, being able to attack you. So he has 6 cards to attack you with. One of those cards could be, hypothetically, because Heavy Storm is banned right now, could just be a Heavy Storm. Heavy Storm, bang, your whole back row is gone. Let's say the 5 cards you started off with was just back row, and you set it. The opponent just, bang, Heavy Storms. All that's gone. Now you have nothing. You don't even have a monster, because you didn't get to draw your 6th card. Your 6th card was your monster. Doesn't that suck, right? And then the remaining 5 cards in their hands are monsters. So they start special summoning, and boom, synchro and stuff, and boom, now they got 4 monsters on the field with over 2,000 attack. OTK game. So what problem did we solve? I don't see that we solved a problem. I see that we created a problem, not to solve a problem. If you want to solve the who goes first has the advantage of being able to set up their field without their opponent end phase MST or bottomlessing their your Thunder King and shit like that, right? So you can go your first turn, or worry about getting your Ophion bottomless or whatever, your Christia or something, right? You want to be able to summon your monster and not get bottomless, right? So if going first is such an advantage, all right, let's set it up this way. Let's set up a setup turn. That should be the rule. Setup turn, where you go first, you have 6 cards, right? You get to draw. We're not going to add that stupid you can't draw if you go first bullshit. No, you get to draw like regular Yu-Gi-Oh. You set up your field. Then your opponent goes. He gets to set up his field. Now this is my idea, by the way, that I'm telling you and suggesting that Konami should do is make a setup rule where, you know, the first person gets to set up, then he ends his turn, his opponent gets to set up. Right? How to prevent brokenness, right? You get to set up, but you can't activate. Like, you can't activate certain things. So in other words, you can't, like, first turn Exodia. Like, you can't just start playing a whole bunch of spell cards and draw into Exodia. You know what I mean? Because this is the setup turn. This is the turn, your first turn, the first turn that every player gets in this concept is your setup turn. You know what I mean? Like, you could set your little, magical library if you play Exodia. You could set it face down, set it. That way, when you get your when it comes to your next turn, then you can go into your little Exodia play, right? But you won't go first immediately library Exodia FTK, right? So you can set your little 2000 defense. You can set your little recklesses, reckless greeds, right, and end your turn. Then it's your opponent's turn. You cannot play your recklesses because it's a setup turn. It's your opponent gets the ability to set his field up before the duel starts, right? He plays his cards. Basically he'll set his traps. He'll play his monster, a face-up attack, face-on defense, whatever. Ends his turn because he does not get first attack. Think about it. You don't get to activate your recklesses, your mirror forces, right? You don't get to play those cards yet. So it'd be unfair that he could just attack you for free, right? Attack you while you can't defend. That's stupid. The idea is to prevent that, right? Is to prevent the unfairness. The idea is for both players to get their field set up. So then the person ends their turn. So the first player, the player that went first, now he'll be on his second turn. Then the duel starts. Because his opponent has cards on the field, you have cards on the field. Now, game on. Now you can duel. Now, if you want to, prevent, the whole first turn advantage bullshit, you go first, you can set up your field with the nuts, and when your opponent tries to play a card, you're just constantly derping him. If you want to prevent that, or reduce that, my idea that I just said would be better. A setup phase. See, it doesn't change too much in the game. It doesn't offset the balance, so it gives one person more advantage than the other. Because both players get the ability to set up their field before the duel starts. They get to set it up. You know what I mean? You go first. You'll summon your Thunder King, set 2 back roll, end your turn. Your opponent gets to, set 2 back rolls, summon his Thunder King, whatever. If y'all want to do shit like that, and then end his turn. And then the person who went first, he'll obviously get first attack. He'll draw, and then the duel starts. Any standby phase, no response. Main phase, no response. All right. IMST, any response? Oh, you got a response. Oh. And then y'all duel. You know what I mean? Oh, I have no problem with that. That'd be cool. That'd be interesting. But at the same time, it would fix the so-called dice roll, coin toss format bullshit that a lot of people like to bitch and complain that I never see it. I love going second. That's my thing. Because one, I play OTK style decks anyway. I have win conditions in my deck, and the idea is to win. I play Beta MSCs all day. So go ahead, set 5. I don't care. I'm getting rid of at least 3 of them. At least 3. Because you're going to activate 1. I'm going to Beta on MST the other 2. So you're going to have 2 back rolls and a monster on the field. You know what I mean? That's just the way I roll. Because my deck is designed mainly to go second, but of course I could go first turn. You know what I mean? If I could go first turn start, I'll set back roll, blah, blah, blah. Alright, that's great. But if I go second, that's cool. They thought MST your back roll, and then go into my combos anyway. Set up my field anyway. It's just, I notice a lot of players, especially in the tournament level, tend to not have enough back row hate. So they don't really have anything to support them going second. So it's not the game's fault, or Konami's fault, or anybody's, that fault of the game where, somebody goes first, they set up their field, they end their turn, their opponent goes. It's not their fault. It's the players. It's your fault. Y'all the ones that don't have the back row hate. Y'all don't have 3 Night Beams, MSTs, Extermination, and so on and so on. Y'all are the ones, not the ones running the back row hate. I just realized I did not play the video, so I'm so sorry about that. But the video is only like six minutes long, so you know, I'm talking over 10 minutes. So I think I'll end it on that because I pretty much gave you my idea. Sorry that I didn't play the video for you to have something to watch. So you're just watching this little image and me talking. But hopefully, you know, y'all agree with my idea. And that's the end of the video.